Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
What are your qualifications?
Kids pick me. You didn't have to, but you picked me. Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively.
What do you think?
You think I'm qualified?
Well, you know, we expect our criminals to commit crimes. That's what criminals do. We don't expect that from our law enforcement.
Michael Proctor could have written text messages that he didn't know would go public, that he regrets sending. That does not nullify
the evidence
that says that
Johnny was hit by a weapon.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
What are your qualifications?
Kids pick me. You didn't have to, but you picked me. Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively.
What do you think?
You think I'm qualified?
Well, you know, we expect our criminals to commit crimes. That's what criminals do. We don't expect that from our law enforcement.
Yes. Yes. Mic check to the gods. Mic check to the gods. How we doing? How we feeling? How we feeling out there, people? How we doing? Crazy day today, huh, James Jackson?
Oh, man, was it a crazy day for sure?
It was a crazy day for sure. How we doing out there, people? How we doing? How we sounding? How we doing and how we sounding? Mic check to the gods. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check to the gods. We got Cynthia up in here. What up, Cynthia? We got Bonnie Bell up in here. I didn't get a chance to see or hear any bullshit today. Can't wait to hear all about it. Do tell. Backseat juror. Hey, love. Talk time. Is that Amy from Boston? Talk time with Amy. Talk time with Amy.
Yeah,
What up?
What up, Amy?
You telling me
Oh, my
something earlier
love.
about it? You telling me something earlier about Amy, right?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I guess there was somebody in the chat saying some bad things about Amy, and I didn't
Yeah.
catch it. Yeah, I didn't catch who it was, but we just, Amy's a good friend of ours. A lot of these people, through this platform, we have become friendly with, and we don't do that slander and shit over here. So, just try to keep that somewhere else because that's not what we're about. Amy,
Yeah,
shout out to
and
you.
all
Praise to you.
in all fairness, we're flying the 39,000,
Yeah, we're flying a plane. I mean,
and sometimes we don't catch the bullshit. But if I catch it, they get eliminated real fast. And we're flying without a mod too. So I think we got Bukaki as a mod, but he can only do so much. I gotta get another mod up in here. But yeah, with that being said, it is what it is. And if anything was said, I don't believe in how other people should feel. That's not my place. If Amy feels slighted in any way about someone talking trash about her, I'm sure she has her reasons. But my advice to her would be like, man, who cares what anybody says? But like I
right,
said, that's not for me to say how anybody should feel. I don't believe in that. But
right. I mean, I think I gave her the best advice, and she was cool with that. I said, you know the truth, and God knows the truth. You can't lie to God. You know
waited 2 hours at court to get in. No Karen Reed supporters.
what happened?
What do you mean by that, Dennis? There was nobody outside. I seen some people outside, right? The dude,
Yeah, I
what's his
thought
name?
I saw. I thought I saw. What's his name? Tom CPU was out there, wasn't he? Or Dennis wasn't. I thought he was with Tom. No, could be wrong. That's another thing too, man. We don't know everybody's names, so you know, don't get slighted if we say your name wrong or don't mention your name. It's not intentionally,
Mm,
you
no,
know. That,
absolutely not.
no. But so Jay, it was a hell of a day in court. Hank Brennan was flexing his muscles a little, huh?
Well, Hank Brennan, man, he's gambling. That's what he's doing. This is all a gamble. We've been talking about it for months, and he's a degenerate gambler. He's gambling again, and he's trying to. I mean, he can't be both, right? Like he's acting like he's a defense attorney and a prosecutor. He can't do both, Hank. You can't.
No.
You trying to regulate? Oh, you can't do this. You can't bring this person in that has a her. What was the word he was using all day? People in the chat, the word methodology. Was that it?
Yo, he was
METHOD, man.
MET. Nah, he was using the penetration word all day too. Like
Yeah,
him and Ben.
methodology,
Yeah,
methodology. How does that word go? He was saying it all day.
I don't know. I just heard him keep saying that. Methodology. I forget how it goes.
Yeah,
Methodology.
yeah, methodology,
Lisa looks
method,
like somebody you can
method,
trust.
methodology.
Yeah. So
So he was basically saying, like, listen, man, she ain't got no methodology. Excuse me, disclaimer.
this claim,
Um, you know,
like
she
what? Her
ain't.
credentials are
Yeah,
not good
meaning
enough.
she got nobody to compare. There's nothing to compare her science to, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, bro, you gotta just let her live because she's been doing it for years, and you're saying, well, that's not enough. And basically, he's trying to trip her up and basically say, well, you're basically what he was trying to do. Why he took so long? He was basically trying to get her to admit that, after we talked about Chloe, he had the bite marks. He had Chloe's teeth. Um, the shards of glass inside the jacket. He was basically saying, well, now that you found all that out. Oh, and then he brought up the feds. The feds ran an investigation,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
they found there was no dog bites. He wanted to have her say, well, since you found all that out now today, do you still think it was dog bites.
Right.
And, you know, shout out Dr. Russell, because she stood her ground and said, yes, that has nothing to do with anything. I stand on that. So he was trying to say that, you know, she came into this as a friend of theirs. You know, he was trying to shake that up. He wasn't saying it, but he was saying it. Also, you know, he was saying that there was nothing to compare her style of, you know, what she does, you know, knowing dog bites, knowing injuries. There was nothing to say, hey, it's compared to this. She never was in a trial about it before. She never testified, I think, you know. So it's like this was all new to her and there was nothing to compare it. And he was gambling. And he's gambling right now. And he's hoping that they say she's not good enough and she's out. And he was hoping to gain a reaction from Karen, and he did, and he did. He absolutely definitely got a reaction from Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. We got that for you coming right up. I gotta know. We got that. You know we got that on deck.
We got that on deck. Yeah, and it was like, you know, Hank, what are we talking about? Sound bites or dog bites? Because he kept going back to that sound bite, and then he even threw that reference out there, and it's gonna be a tough second trial, I think, man.
Well, basically, what he's doing is he's trying to get the Arca boys up out of there. He's trying to get everybody. That's what I mean. He's trying to do both. He's trying to be defense and be the prosecutor. It's like, it's weird the way he's going about it. Like he's saying, basically, we can't have a defense. You know,
That's
but yet,
crazy too, because like
you know what I mean? Like that's not fair. That's not a fair trial, right there.
No.
You got to let us have somebody to speak from a different point of view.
Absolutely.
But you know, basically what you've seen today, the way he's on the stand, you know, what's up, my brother? You know, dropping them sound bites in there and being very snarky and being very slick. That's what you're gonna see this whole trial. And you know, he wants to get a reaction from. I don't think, you know, let's be real. Karen never ever felt that before. You know, Lally, he said a lot of shit, but it really wasn't like
it bounced off her.
Yeah, I mean, it bounced off everybody because that's not his thing. But now Hank Brennan, he's got the style of a defense attorney, so he's kind of like the same as Alan Jackson, throwing in them one-liners.
Yes.
So you know that's gonna irritate the shit out of Karen because it's irritating all of us. Of course, the poor lady sitting there. Basically, you know, the whole time he kept saying, when the car hit Officer John O'Keefe, he never said allegedly ever once.
He never said allegedly, not once. But that was crazy. And then
Alessi did that on purpose. He did that on purpose.
Yeah, and you know, her new attorney, what's his name? Something Alessi. He was attorney Alessi kept saying objection, Your Honor. Like he was saying it like, that's enough, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. And she was just like, nah, he's good. Sit your ass down, basically. That's the way I got from that.
Yeah.
Bev was letting that Hank say whatever he wanted.
How crazy is that?
I mean, allegedly, they have a lot of cases and people connections together that have been in cases with each other, and it's the Commonwealth, man. What people got to see today was a first seat ticket to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and how it really works.
A front row.
A front row ticket. My bad. We're on a plane, so I'm thinking seats, all that. But no, that's what they saw today, man. Was they got a front row to the Commonwealth, just doing what they do and how they can do their sneaky shit and sneak shit in.
Well, now he's gonna say at the end, he's gonna keep acting like this, right? And then it's gonna come down to like, okay, now you see what I'm playing with. You see that everybody says we shouldn't let her testify. Now, if you see the way he's gonna go at her, if she did testify, Hank Brennan will go at her throat, and that's what he wants. But in the meantime, if she doesn't testify, right? Now keep in mind, disclaimer. Keep in mind, the only reason why I say she should testify is because of different things. A, if they keep Dr. Russell in, they keep the Arca boys in, and they drop down to manslaughter. If they leave everything the way it was and drop it down to manslaughter, I would say go ahead and testify. Yeah. Because the reason why I say that, it's a confusing case. And with the manslaughter, it won't be so confusing. And he's just going to basically do exactly what he did today. Now, without her testifying, speaking to them sound bites, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I clipped him, I could have hit him. That will be her testimony. And that's scary. And you see the way he keeps sneaking that in. He'll sneak that in on every witness. Anytime he could sneak that in, getting hit by a car, is a little
He's
bit.
throwing it in.
Yeah, every time. Just like Yannetti kept saying, you didn't leave the house and see a dead man on the lawn, did you? You didn't see 42 pieces of taillight. You didn't see a 6'3" man. He kept doing it through the whole trial, right? And what do you think Hank Brennan's going to do? So it's going to be a game. So now it's 50-50, and he's back on the roulette table. And Hank, you're gambling again. Word has it, you was at the bodega across the street getting scratch tickets, scratching your life away on break for lunch. You didn't even eat. You need to eat, Hank. You need to calm the fuck down. You're a little moody, Hank. Calm down.
Calm the fuck down.
Oh, Jesus.
Man.
Yeah, man. It was. What do you think Bev's gonna do? You think she's gonna keep her in or what?
Well, it's funny because I was thinking that like the reason she was just letting Hank go, because everyone's like, oh, she sucks. She keeps letting him go. Maybe she's gonna let him in. Maybe she is gonna let it in. Dr. Russell say she's gonna let Dr.
Well, she
Russell
already let. Well, she should.
Oh, she
let her in. What I'm saying, she should. She let her in last time.
Right, but I'm saying he's trying to discredit her to get her out of there. But I'm saying that was just her witnessing how it's gonna go down if she's in. I mean, how many times are you gonna question this woman before she's had enough? And that's what he was doing. He was really he kept poking her, and like.
But who was he really poking though?
He was poking at Karen.
And Karen said something. Karen said, "You're bad." She said, "You're bad." I don't know if you guys caught that. She said, "You're bad." And he was like, "I'm bad?" She said something. And then he was like, "I want a sidebar, Your Honor." And they told her to calm. She said something to him. She slipped something.
She did? That's when Alan Jackson like leaned into her or some shit?
I don't know exactly when it happened, but I seen the clip. It's out there.
Yeah, you gotta, Karen, if you're listening, you can't be doing that. That's the last thing.
You can do that.
If you're
gonna do it, no, listen, you can do that, Karen. If you're gonna do it during the motions. You can't do it during trial.
Right.
This is what we're trying to tell you. We're trying to tell you, you had the chance again, Karen. You walked off them front stairs and you had a lot to say again. You had a lot to say again when you walked off the front stairs. You looked at the cameras and you said a whole bunch. You said you were stronger. You said that, you have a lot to work on, you talked for a little bit because you guys had to cross the street. And once again, you had that landing strip. The potential jurors out there. Hey, talk about what's going on in the courtroom, Karen. They're saying that it wasn't dog bites. They're saying it wasn't a fight. I don't know what planet they're on. If you guys would just watch that waterfall video, that will kind of put things into perspective that it was a fight and it is possible that they have a dog in the house. Let people put it together. You're just letting them shit all over you. And I'm just saying, you need to do it then. I don't know about doing it at trial, but during these motions, you need to rise up.
Yeah.
You need to rise up. And keep being you, Karen. Keep shaking your head. Keep having them say, don't do that. Who cares? What are they going to do? You know what I mean? They're going to revoke your bail. I mean, come on. That's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
This is frustration at the end of the day. You're supposed to be innocent. The guy screaming, when John got hit by the car, when John got hit by the car, when John got hit by the car, when John got hit by the car. That's crazy. You can't do that.
Enough. And it's like he said it so many times too. And the Judge Bev just let it keep going and going. I know. It was crazy.
I watched all day. Dr. Russell put Brennan in his place and did Alessi, excuse me. She said to Brennan, "You're a doctor." That was the best, right? Yeah. Shout out Dr. Russell. She's an OG. She redeemed herself a couple of times. In the last couple of times we've seen her, she was a little shaky, but now she knows his temperature and she knows what they're trying to do, and she's not playing games with him. But
calm down. It's okay. You're good. Everything's gonna be all right. I promise. I will not never send you away like they did Chloe. I
Oh
promise.
man. Oh wow. He keeps hearing about the dog, and that's another thing. You know, I was supposed to have Jimmy up here to talk about. Jimmy was supposed to come up, but he took a detour. But allegedly, he's got the Chloe. He got a hold of Chloe, and he did impressions on her
Yeah.
teeth and all them things. And
I knew he was heading in that direction. I was like, wait a second. Is he gonna bring Chloe into the courtroom? I mean, bro, the way he was talking, it was like he had Chloe in the back waiting. But he said the impressions.
gunning for Morrissey's job, huh?
Yeah,
He
that
was
could
gunning
be.
for if he was gunning for Morrissey's job, he would see. The thing is, what it comes down to with this man is that there's something that we don't know, and it comes down to who he is, and this is what he is, right? You guys got to keep on front line who he is and what he does. And this guy said it many times with Whitey Bulger. I'll play the sound bite again. You want me to just give Luna a link and she could come on?
I know, right? What's
Luna,
the
what
matter,
up?
baby?
What up,
Come
Luna?
here. Come here. She won. All right.
So keep in mind, right, what Hank Brennan does, because Hank Brennan, he says it right here. He says it right here over and over again.
And James Bulger was prepared to tell that story. It is a loss for everybody, for the jury, for the victims' families, for the community, for the public, not to have him take the stand. I expected he would have been the most convincing witness because he'd be the one witness who would not try to protect himself.
This is all he wants, man. He said he's using the same template. I said this the last couple of lives. He's using the same template. He wants her to get on the stand. He's shaking things up. He's going to use the sound bites. He's going to use all these things. He's going to push her in the direction. Take the stand. What do you got to lose? That's what he wants. He wants to hear the truth. So someone just said, is he taking Morrissey's job? Well, he possibly could if you put Karen on the stand and somehow or another she convinces that jury beyond a reasonable doubt she's not guilty, which we all know she's not guilty, but she does her thing on that stand. I hope you have your heat cranked on that flight. It's brick out. Yeah, you're right. Don't worry about that though. This is the 777. You know what I'm saying? We got a heated sauna up in the cockpit. Pause. Thank you, Alex.
You caught that one fast as shit.
Pause if
Oh,
necessary.
Pause if necessary.
But yeah, you got to look at it from that point of view. He wants her to get on the stand. He said with Whitey Bulger that he wanted, even if it incriminates him. So there's this big thing when it comes down to this guy wants to be the defense and he wants to be the prosecutor. He wants to trim this shit all the way down. He wants to make it even. That's what he wants. He said he wants a fair trial, but the problem with his mind is he's gambling again. See, in his mind, he thinks he could beat the casino. In his mind, this is what he's thinking. He's gambling. He's a fucking degenerate. Right? This is what happens. He's playing himself. But, even when he wins, he loses. You see what I'm saying? So what he wants to do is he wants to be like, listen, let's trim all the fat off this shit, right? And let's just make it 50-50 and let's gamble. And that's what he wants to do. But the problem is he's violating her civil rights. He's trying to kick out her defense. And because he knows that defense is gonna make his prosecution suck. You know what I mean? The more people he could get out, the more he can even the playing field and he can roll the dice and gamble. So at the end of the day, he wants to put Karen on the stand and he wants to be like, well, since this is about the truth, that's what it's going to come down to. Believe me, the sound bite that I keep playing, there's going to be a sound bite where Hank Brennan, I don't know when he's going to say it, but I'll say it now. I'll paraphrase it. He's going to say, well, if this is a conspiracy and this really happened, then why doesn't Karen just take the stand if she wants the truth? Why wouldn't she say she was just drunk and incriminate herself? Who cares? If she didn't kill John and the worst she did was be drunk, who cares? That's his mindset.
It's the same mindset. Go ahead.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
same. It is. No, go ahead.
Yeah, it's the same mindset he had with Whitey. Because, like you said, the parallel off that, he didn't really care about. Okay, Whitey killed this one. Whitey was a rapist. Whatever. Whitey did this, but Whitey's not a rat. I just need him to take the stand, even if he incriminates himself. So it seems like he doesn't care what happened to John O'Keefe. He doesn't care if this fight happened. He doesn't care about any of that. The dog bites. He wants to know about these sound bites. She needs to answer for the sound bites.
No, he wants to know the truth, man.
The truth too.
He wants to know the truth, man. You don't think these people hear things, man?
Yeah, I'm
You know
sure.
that everybody with YouTubers and I see people all day long talk about they got sources. You don't think this dude got sources?
He's got sources.
And they all
Yeah.
run across three lanes.
And they run across 3 lanes too to get them sources.
I think that's reinforced by the approach Jay Carney and I took. But to have somebody take the stand just to give a confession, but not to give the entire story and protect the government, makes absolutely no sense. If the government had no fear of what James Bulger would say, there'd be no reason not to let him testify to his arrangement. If immunity was so absurd, then they simply could have dispelled it in front of the jury. So although the government continually suggests that they're disappointed he didn't testify, they try to silence him at every turn in this case. And it was an extraordinary loss because talk about the idea of closure.
Talk about the idea of closure.
What better closure could you have than the
What better closure can you have?
person who could stand before the jury and the community and say exactly what happened?
That's nuts, man.
I mean, that's his game plan. I mean, you could see it. You can see it. Like I said, he's gambling. He wants to trim all the fat off everything, and he wants to jump on the roulette table, and he wants to be red and black. He wants to play the outside. He doesn't want to play the inside. If he plays the inside, he might lose it all, but he figures he got a 50-50. But where he messed up was you can always hit the 0 or the 00, my man. You know what I'm saying? You can always hit the 0 or the 00. And on top of that, if he does lose the case, he knows that she can appeal it. But we talked to Jimmy about the appeal before. It will take her, if she gets locked up behind this shit, it will take her about 2-3 years just to see an appeal, just to get bailed back out. She'll do 36 months before she hits the streets on a bail. So, I mean, this dude is looking at it from all directions of how he could just set her up. There's just something that's not sitting right with him. He's talking about the DNA in the holes, right? In the sweater. There was DNA on that. He's talking about the hair, the tail light pieces. But, when you say that and you break it down into that, it's cool. But what you got to understand is this: Proctor, after 16 hours, in 16 hours, Proctor, in 2 hours, the crime scene was over. 16 hours, Proctor was calling her the C word. He said that she had a balloon knot. He called her a psycho. He said she was nice looking, but she had no ass. He said all these crazy things in 16 hours.
16
He never
hours,
knew this.
man.
In 16 hours, he never knew this woman. So right there alone, we got to bang on the reasonable doubt. We got to bang the dog bites. It is what it is. Like, these are the things, the dog bites are the things that, if you can prove that's a dog bite, then you know for a fact he didn't get hit by a car. Where did he get bit by the dog? Right? So this could just get her exonerated real quick. How's long to die in the cold? You prove that, exonerated. Right? The Aka boys coming in. They're feds. He didn't get hit by a car. Thank you, Rose D, for the 5 memberships. These are all the things to make her get exonerated quick. He wants to trim that out. And he wants to make it 50-50 because he's planning on a manslaughter case. He's planning on a manslaughter case. So now you take all that out. You take the murder off the top. Now it's manslaughter. She dropped him off there. At 5:23 in the morning, she went back there. We're saying she hit him. Well, you don't really have to believe that she hit him. Maybe he did go in the house. But at 5:30, fair to say he was alive? And we could prove she was there at 5:30 and she left and went to go get Jen. So even if she didn't hurt him, because he wasn't dead at 5:30, right? Like, is this how they're gonna do it? He wasn't dead at 5:30. She's seen him at 5:30. She's an accomplice. She's part of the
Accomplice.
crime. Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
part of the crime. So it evens it out. This is what he's planning for. This is what he was across the street at the bodega, scratching season greeting scratch tickets.
The $10 or the $20 ones?
I think he might have been doing the 20, man.
Oh, man.
This is what he's doing, man. He wants to trim that all out and make it even, because if you prove there's dog bites, that's it, not guilty. You prove how long to die in the code, that's it, not guilty. You prove the Aka boys, you know, they're not going to say they're the feds. If they came in and said we were hired by the feds, then she's not guilty. As long as they keep saying, oh, it was from another trial, that's strong. Don't get me wrong, that's very strong based on their expertise. But it's them two, the dog bites and how long to die in the code. You get them up out of there, everything's 50-50. So now you got to say to yourself, what do we zone in on? We got to zone in on the cop that said, I was the first one there. I didn't see no tail lights. The redheaded cat.
Yeah.
I didn't see no tail lights. I didn't hear. Am I making any noise? Am I making any noise out there? Am I good?
You sound good.
But there's no noise happening, is there? And you know, I was there. I didn't see no tail lights. I didn't see her go inside a car with Jen McCabe. I didn't hear her say, I did it, I did it, I did it. Thank you, Gigi. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people that you got to zone in on, right? And you got to zone in on this testimony. You got to bring Jen McCabe back to the stand. If you could zone in on this and bring her back to the stand and things like this, what she said, because we didn't do that last trial. There's plenty of reasonable doubt. Look what Jen McCabe says right here. This is something reasonable doubt. We got to
the waterfall.
She said she called him and I left him at the waterfall. Right? That's what she says.
And how do you respond?
I had just woken up. I was confused.
You was confused.
Didn't know what she was talking about.
You didn't know what she was talking about.
I would love to know if that's how she really talks and acts. Because that's some.
So wait a minute. So 3 hours. So Jen McCabe, 3 hours before this, right? Not even. Yeah.
You
so
had
what time?
eyes on.
This is 4:55. So yeah, 4 hours. Right? What? 12:30? Yeah, about 3.5 hours before that, you talked to him.
Yep.
He was on the way. You talked to him on the phone. What did you guys talk about? You want to say it was for directions. But the question is, Jen McCabe, when Karen called you, she never asked you for the address of 34 Fairview? I'm just saying. So you mean to tell me Karen got up at 5:08 in the morning and said, I'm going to go back to the waterfall, and she didn't say to you, Jen, where the fuck was that address again? Where was that?
Where does your sister live?
Where's your sister live?
Something.
That's weird. And this is how they're going to use that against Karen, because they're going to say that Karen at 5:08, keep in mind, everything's 5 minutes away from each other. And disclaimer, keep in mind, speaking from the mind of Hank Brennan, 5:08, 5:39, she's at Jen's house. So you got all that time to make up from. But you got to bring Jen into it, and you got to understand how Jen psychologically fucked her brain up, because she said she called her up and she said she was in a blackout. Now, the problem that I have, was Karen in a blackout, or did Karen say did it happen the way she said on 2020 in Dateline? What did she say on 2020 in Dateline?
Which one? She said, I mean, there was a couple where she said he went in, she saw him cross over, then she thought that she clipped him, or he fell. Something about his friends leaving him out there like roadkill. Which one are you referring to? I mean, she said a lot.
I'm saying when she pulled up to the house, what did she say? She said this, right?
I said, could I have hit him? Did I hit him?
How could that have been? I mean, you dropped him off at the house.
I don't know what else could have been. It was howling wind. I had YouTube blasting on the stereo, and I thought, did he somehow try to flag me down, which was the reaction I was hoping to garner as I slowly pulled away from the house, did he come out and maybe trip or bend over to pick up his cell phone and I ran over his foot and then he passed out drunk? I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him?
How could that?
Now, she said that she's seen him go inside the house in that clip, right? That's what she said. She said that she's seen him walk through the door, and then she said like that, right? Is that what she said? And
Even
is
the
that the
interviewer said, how could that be? You know, because she had just told him that I saw him go in the house. He was a little confused.
That was a good question. How could that be? He picked right up on that too. That's wild.
I mean, that's what I think Hank's gonna, you know, force her. He's like, when we say take the stand, he's forcing her to have no choice but to.
Is it possible that you hit him?
Hold on a second, guys. Trying to find something.
Yes.
His girlfriend, Karen Reed, accused of his murder.
She's accused of killing her boyfriend, a Boston police officer.
It's the crime dividing a city.
They are protesting in favor of Karen Reed, saying she is innocent.
Who cheers for someone accused of murdering a police officer?
I do think she's been framed, and I'm not backing down till she gets free.
And now the woman at the center of it is speaking out.
Now, exclusive personal video. One-on-one with Karen Reed 1 week before her trial.
I'm confident I'm doing everything I can, and that includes looking professional for court. I just got the suit from the tailor because the sleeves are too long, and it's a pet peeve of my mother's to see people with sleeves that are too long.
It seems everyone has an opinion about this case and her.
Her attitude is smug. She's the happiest murder defendant in America.
What this woman has been put through, it's wrong.
He was lost in this whole circus, and I think none of us want him to be lost. I think that's the saddest part of this whole situation.
And now Karen Reed speaking out fully for herself.
You're alleging that they're covering it up. Why would they want to be involved in this conspiracy?
Because he's dead.
So, was it that she seen him walk through the door, right, like she says, or was it the way she says it right here?
The waterfall.
And how do you respond?
I had just woken up. I was confused. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What do you mean, what are you talking about? I was on the phone with John. I gave him directions to come there. I seen him come out. You said in you said at the next clip, you said you seen him get out the truck. He got out the truck. That's what you said. But wait a minute, you said she called you up, Jen, and that she was in a blackout. And then you said, let me hang up with you, Karen, and let me call Julie and see if you walked home with Chris.
She said her husband, I mean, Maddie on the backup was there. He had to remind her, remember?
He had to remind. Why would he have to remind you?
Remember, he also had a reminder to say, don't tell him the man went in the house.
Maddie M was on the backup.
He was on the backup.
Backup, man. Maddie M and the fucked up bunch. I'll tell you, man. So peep it.
And then she, told me that they had gotten into a fight and she left him there, and now where is he? And she was just...
Call 911, officer down, don't make a sound. There's an officer in the house.
Was that you?
Yes, that was.
Is that the 911 call?
Yes, it was.
And what did you just say?
I said, I don't know. He got out of the car.
And this was...
Hold on a minute.
It's 6:03 in the morning, correct?
Correct.
In that 911 call, you said he got out of the car, didn't you?
I did, because Karen Reed had told me that she had left him there.
No, Jen.
No, Jen. You didn't say that, Jen. You said she called you up and said she didn't remember anything. And you hung up with her to see if he walked home. She walked home. Excuse me, if John walked home with Chris.
Crazy. And Maddie M was on the backup and had to tell you, no. We saw
Maddie
them.
M. We saw them, but you seen them.
Yeah.
Because you was on the phone talking to John. And he was in the car with you. He was driving and you was in the passenger seat. Wait a minute. I think you was driving. No, excuse me. You were driving and he was in the passenger seat.
He was in the baby seat.
Yeah, he was in the baby seat. So what happened? So what is it? So you got caught right there and you had to say, no, she told me that he got out the car. So he told, wait a minute. But why wouldn't you say in the testimony, well, she first initially called me and said that she didn't remember anything. Then when we was in the car, she suddenly remembered everything. That's when I started getting suspicious about it. No. Because we know that Julie was in the Walgreens parking lot.
Shit.
It was snowing out, James. Mad snow. But you know what's funny? In that blizzard, Julie, they no-sold that blizzard like it was nothing. I mean, let's keep it real. When it snows out in Beantown, wherever the fuck you from, New England, right? And you know a blizzard's coming, the supermarkets are crazy. People don't know how to act. Everybody's on Facebook talking about the weather. Everybody's a weatherman all of a sudden. Everybody's acting crazy, but they no-sold it, man. They were straight kayfabe, man. They no-sold it. Julie woke up that morning. No big deal. It's a blizzard. I'm going to go out and do my normal shit. I'm just going to get up, right?
Get some donuts.
I'm going to go get some donuts. Then I'm going to drive in the blizzard. This is at 8 in the morning. This is what everybody wants to do at 8 in the morning in a blizzard on a Saturday. The night before you had a headache. It's a tradition. Yeah. It's a ritual.
Ritual, yeah.
It's a ritual.
It's a ritual.
So
and then she was just going to leave them in the car?
She was going to leave them in the car. Wait a minute, there was no snow on the car, though? Wasn't it a blizzard? Wait a minute, so John was covered in snow. No one could see him, but there was no snow on Julie's car or on little Big Bad Brian A.'s son car. She just opened the car door, no snow. The door was open. No snow fell, and she's going to leave the coffee and the donuts in the car. But as she was walking out the driveway, Brian A. happened to see her. Now he's paying attention to what's going on. He says, hey, Julie, come here, Julie. Julie's like, what? I'm just doing the ritual. No, I think you need to talk. Well, about what? I don't see
the wrong fucking donuts.
We need to talk about something. But what happened? John's dead. Oh, that's when you found out, Julie? Or did you find out before that phone call? Find out before that in the Walgreens parking lot, because we all know that Colin has something to do with this, allegedly. Right? So now who's going to find John in that window of time? Because we got Higgins. Hey, Higgins, Kevin from South Boston. He was over in the Canton police station making sure he had everything lined up. Yeah. So he had a window. They had to tell Kevin. Kevin had to tell Proctor. They had to make sure everything was right. Right? Or Kevin was there. That's another story. He had to hit Proctor up because he knew he had to make sure everything was lined up. So who was going to discover the body? And what was going to be the lie? Probably I was sick the night before. I had a headache. And we have a ritual. And when I pulled in, I noticed someone was on the lawn. They were all sleeping. I said, what happened with John? Well, he must have got hit by a pop. Were you going to discover the body at 4:55 a.m.? That's the reason why you no-sold that whole blizzard? Oh, and you didn't have to wipe off your car, because you wouldn't have to wipe off your car, Julie, if you were out all night and you had it running and it was all defrosted. Nice and cozy.
Yeah. Nice and cozy. Went home with a headache and was up at, 5:30, getting 6 o'clock, getting donuts.
And the whole time, you guys were hoping that you could get
the party. Like that up, Slim. Why you acting like that? Ain't nothing but against the party. Like that up, Slim. Why you acting like that? Ain't nothing but against the party. But against the party.
And you guys were partying the whole night. You guys were partying the whole night. So you got Brian A, little Brian A, who's a young kid. You got Julie Abbott, who's young. You got Tristan, who is young. You got the chick Sarah, who is young. And then you got the other chick, the Nagel chick, who is young. And yet nobody has any pictures of that night. Wait a minute. So what type of phones do you got? Do you got at that time? So that was 2 years ago. Excuse me, 3 years ago.
They all got Obama phones.
Well, they all got. I could have sworn the iPhone 13 and 14 was out back then. At least the 12 and the 13 was out.
12 and the 13.
And the Samsungs, and you guys are paying all that money. What, $1,800, $1,600 for a phone? And you guys didn't snap no pictures. And it was his birthday, and you knew the whole day was going to be a blizzard. Did you do the cake that night? So what type of cake did you have? Where'd you get the cake?
Right.
Did you get it from Bova's? Where'd you get the cake?
They definitely didn't get it from Bova's.
Where'd you get the cake? Because now, poor Karen Reed, we seen today, she's out on bail.
Like that up, Slim. Why you acting like ain't nothing but against the party? Like that up, Slim. Why you acting like ain't nothing but against the party? But against the party. Ain't nothing but against the party.
I'm stuck in jail. The DA's trying to burn me. I'll be out on bail. If I had a good attorney, want to label me a criminal and cuff me up. Now I'm out on bail. Out on bail. Now I'm out on bail. Out on bail.
You guys did it. So Julie comes over, right? The car was all defrosted. She puts the donuts in. But at 4:55, you put in the police report. I think it was Proctor's police report that you learned John died at 4:55. You learn about John being dead. So what is it? Did you learn at 8 a.m.? Did you learn at 4:55, Julie? See, this is all the reasonable doubt, people. This is so when you get today we were watching. And, you hear about the shards of glass, and then you hear about the dog, and then you hear about the way he got hit, and you hear about how they're just trying to take her whole defense away. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because they're playing real dirty. They're gambling. Gambling's dirty. It's a silent killer. There's dudes who jump off the 12th floor of the MGM.
That's a fact. It's just like any other addiction.
And that's what Hank's doing. He's gambling. And the thing is, we got to hammer that reasonable doubt to their face. What was it, Jen? You testified that you seen the car at 12:29. You talked to him for 8 seconds at 12:29. At 12:41, you talked to him. Let me see if I still have that up on my thing. I got to look for something. Talk to the people, James.
People, beautiful people. 600 in the chat. I just got monetized, so I would like if everybody in this chat that's not subscribed to my page, it's James Jackson. It's up here in the description. Subscribe. You can also Cashapp James Amaral, # James Amaral Jr. or James / Amaral 5. Thank you. Yes, congratulations. Yeah, man, awesome. It's a big it's a milestone, Jay. It started this with you, and we started just talking on what we know, what we've been through, and I felt like we were the best. I said this early on. Who better to talk about it than somebody who's been through shit like this? And that's why we have Jimmy come up here too. He's been through this. He's like, what do we call him? The better dro of the law of he's our better dro.
Well, since you got monetized, brother, this is for you. For you, my brother.
I appreciate it. Oh,
Fuckery Donuts is now open. Now, keep in mind, we couldn't have did any of that without you. And this is your chat, people. And with that being said, talk to him, James.
Chat. If you had one word to describe Karen Reed, just one, what would it be? It's your chat, people. Let's go.
One word.
kick the cockpit door down. I am not the chosen one that you speak of. I am not. The only one.
Fuckery Donuts is officially open. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate your time for sure. You know, so we got to go on the reasonable doubt. Now, Proctor, 16 hours, brother. 16 hours. That's it. Your boy on the group chat asked, is the people in the house going to be in trouble? Your reaction on the group chat was like, nah, he's a cop too.
Yep. Protecting himself. What he really meant was, nah, that's my boy in there. He's good. Because, you know, that's Kevin Albert's brother. Doesn't he, like, work out with Kevin Albert, and him and Kevin are good buddies and shit?
Yeah, and Kevin Albert was in the car. Now, keep in mind, let's go back to our girl Jen McCabe. Jen McCabe, 12:36. You talk to John, excuse me, yeah, 12:36. No, not 12:36. Excuse me. For 36 seconds, you talk to John. No, for 46 seconds, you talk to John. Right? He texts you, right, an address, and then you called him and talked for 46 seconds. Then he hung up with you, right? And then he called you back, and you talked again for like another 30 something seconds. Then at 12:29, there was a phone call for 8 seconds that was answered. That was the last time you had eyeballs on the card. That's what you testified to at 12:29. You went back into the party, seen him there, and figured, hey, all right. Then you text, hey, John, pull him back at me, right? You text here. First, you text here, right? You text here you text him here. I forget exactly when that was. I think it was 12:27. He hit you up and you said here. Then there was a 12:29 phone call for 8 seconds. Excuse me. Let me take this. The dynamic duo talking on the Riddler thoughts he was unhealthy. I was pissed. Congratulations, James. Indeed. Thanks, Pastor Pepper. So,
Thank you, Pastor Pepper.
The point is, 40 something seconds, 36 seconds, 36 something seconds, you talk to him, right? Then 12:31, you text him, come, pull him back at me, right? And then you start yapping to the rest of the party. The party, right? This is the party they're having with the birthday cake. Everybody got their phones up. Hey, chilling at Brian's party, chilling. Happy 24th, Brian. Where's that?
Where's all that?
That's reasonable doubt. They were there all. Listen, the question is, where's the video before the parents got there? Because when the parents got there, you know they had their phones out. All of them didn't have their phones out. I'm pretty sure when the parents came, that might have made it a little funky because you got these older people running up.
But still, man, they're at that age where they're gonna be texting, posting,
Where's the footage?
Stories, reels, TikToks, all that shit, man. You know, like, where is all that? You know, they're probably in here hiding. You never know. Because I don't see any of them on social media no more. It's like, what do they got, a gag order from social media? Snapchat.
With the 5 memberships. Thank you, What the Duck. Please pass the Pepper $4.99. Rose D with the 5 memberships. I think we just got one from M Feeders, gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, M Feeders. Appreciate you. So now they come in the house. She goes in. She's partying. And then she says, pulling back at me at 12:31. Then she testified. She went back to the window at 12:40. She looked out the window, right, James?
She sure did. And she had eyes on a vehicle that looked similar to Karen's.
Parked up by the hydrant.
Parked up by the hydrant. Running.
We know about that hydrant, don't we, James?
Sure do.
You want to take him to 34 Fairview?
Let's go.
Who's driving, me or you?
You driving. I'm out on bail.
Oh,
man. I don't want to be driving.
No one's seen him on the lawn. Right there. You kidding me?
Hmm.
So she looked out that window and she seen the car right by that flagpole. That doesn't look like a football field to me.
No. I hear a lot of people say, too, Karen said he went in the front door. I mean, any door in the front of that house, I would consider
the
a
front
front
door.
door. Yeah, because there's a door there and a door over to the side. So it's the front of the house. It's not to, the back or whatever. So she's saying the front.
Now, if you look at my rear view mirror, right? Look at that street in back of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I know you feeling hurt. Your mind flipped. That was a moment
So,
in time.
we're pulling into the driveway right now.
We're home.
34 Fairview. Here we are.
Oh, shit.
I know about your issues. That was a moment
So,
in time.
we're pulling into the driveway right now.
I seen you
Honey,
34 Fairview.
There's two doors right there. There's one door and another door. So
Yeah.
there's really no side door, like you said.
No.
They're both front doors.
Declined, said I was sorry. Liquor had me blinded. I know about your issues. You're not feeling well. What you going through,
So when you look out there, you don't notice nothing?
girl? It's a living hell.
That would be the first thing you see.
I just flip and yell. Just come out tonight. We can sip and chill. I know about that night at the Pats game. You was real comfortable, and that's lame.
My window's dirty, people. I'm sorry. My car was dirty as hell that day.
But so what? That's actually good that it's dirty because you can still see.
That's okay. I ain't saying no names. Glad you pulled up, though. We can take relax. I told you before that girl see.
So right where we're parked is where Jen, she said she's seen the car, the truck.
Yep.
Now what's right there, James?
MP said you could see a tennis ball.
Right there, you can go
Right there.
in the back.
R.I.P. Officer John McCabe.
Storm coming through after two lots of white. We gonna be snowed in.
Whoa, what's that right there?
That's
What's
an
that,
entrance.
Jane? That's an entrance. So she
the
looked out
gate.
the window. So 12:31 is when she made the call. No, 12:31 is when she made the text, parking back at me. 9 minutes later, she goes to the window and she sees a car right where our car is. 9 minutes later, the lights are on. She assumes it has to be
still Karen and John.
But it can't be, right, James?
No.
Why?
Because Karen's Wi-Fi was connected over at John's place.
So who the fuck was it, James?
I mean, my guess would be Kevin A. He knows that house better than anybody. Kevin Albert could pull right up and go right in the back where that white fence is.
And where's he going, James?
To the dungeon.
You're going
Right
to get
down.
stretched out in the dungeon. And you know what? We got to chill, though, because you know what it is.
Now I'm out on bail.
Ain't nothing but against the party.
I'm stuck in jail. The DA trying to burn me. I'll be out on bail. If I had a good attorney, want to label me a criminal and cuff me up. Now I'm out on bail.
Stop the fights. I know you wanna talk, girl, but not tonight. Got a text by C. He at the other spot. He there with his brother in that other car. Jay over there.
34 Fairview's right here on the left, right?
Let's head over there. See what they talking about.
Damn, a car just passed by us, James.
Yep.
It's kind of a busy street. People say it's not a busy street. That's a lie, though.
I mean, it seems to me that street's like I said before, like mine. You know my street's like cut through. You know, if you got to get to this side of town, that side of town, over here, that's the street you use.
And we're pulling in. So nobody's seeing anything on this line, you mean to tell me? I don't see nothing? Look at this lawn, man. Look at this lawn, bro.
Man.
Allegedly, he was right there. Now we backing out.
Laying on this grass, I can hear the snakes. Wish you would have told me he was feeling so erased. When he sent you that text, seen the fear in your face. Then he texted me too. Then you drove away. Don't chase waterfalls, read between lines. Keep a fair view, protect your mind all times. Call 911, officer down. Don't make a sound, there's an officer in the house. All I can feel is my phone vibrate. Wish you was here, not sitting at my place.
When I tell you it's probably the size of two of this car and another car, this yard's small, man. You back out of the driveway, you're seeing somebody laying down right there.
No way.
Absolutely.
There's no way someone was on the lawn?
There's no way. Somebody was placed, John O'Keefe was placed there. There's no way he was there. And 7 people backed out and didn't see him. John O'Keefe.
Yeah, R.I.P. John O'Keefe. All my people out there, if you want to get the, if you like the music that you see, I have a link. You go to my Bandcamp. I'll put the link up. It's got the read between the lines on there. I'll show it right now. This is the Bandcamp. You guys can stream it for free if you want. You could stream it, right? You could stream it. This is the Bandcamp. So you got the songs right here. You got the very first song back in the days.
Yeah. On and on. Back in the days when I was young. Yeah. Turn me up in the headphones.
A lot of people like that song. You got Lost Ones right here.
Welcome to the rebuild.
You got If I Can't Sleep featuring Chip Fu. A great song right here. Check it.
J.F.K. Yeah. Spending the time. Can't sleep.
Everybody got 2 hands, right?
You got this that I've been using in the intros lately. When It All Went Down. Where were you, man?
Where were you, man?
Where was you at? I was all by myself.
When it all went down.
Grinding heavy with no.
And a lot of people like this song right here, Snake Bitten, Read Between the Lines.
Yeah. Wow. Read between the lines. Yeah. Wow.
I know you feeling hurt. Your mind flipped. That was a moment in time. Can't rewind it.
So yeah, I'm gonna throw the link up there if you guys want to check that out. You got 11 songs on there. You got 11 songs. You guys can pay for it and support it, or you guys can just stream it and listen to it back to back, no skips. Or you guys can be old school and buy it and support like you went to a record store. It's called the J.F.K. Bandcamp. I'll put that link up for sure. I was in that 88 Cherokee Jeep Gold package. Hey, John Trott, man, who are you, man? Where you from, John Trott? Where you from? Where's John Trott from?
John Trott. I was in the 88 Cherokee Jeep Gold package. You got one of those, John? Where you from?
Where's Johnny Trott from?
Johnny Trott. He sounds familiar.
He said he left a weird comment the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He said tell somebody I like her
weird,
company.
yeah,
What was
some
that
weird.
about? What was that about, John? John, what was that about? When you said tell Jesse, who are you talking about?
Love the album.
It's been a long day. That's right, Nick Rocco. I'm sure it's been crazy for you, for sure. It's been crazy for all of us. Shout out to the Glera too, man. Glera, if you're watching.
Yeah, shout out to the Glera. Nick Rocco had a long day in court today, and he didn't even have court, man. Stressing out in there, and he didn't even have court.
Yeah, shout out to Glera, man, because the Glera, he held it down today, man, and kept everybody in tune to what was going on and made it fun.
Yeah.
And and put his spin on it. And he's good at that, That's how I got to know the Glera during this whole trial. During the last trial.
Someone said Johnny Trot was asking you, JFK, to give Jesse a shout out for him.
To give Jesse a shout out for him? Was he?
I don't think that's what the comment. I mean, if that's what John, is that what you were asking?
Yeah. Nick Rocco, she's taking it under advisement like always, but Alici's closing was spot on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if the Glare is up in here. Is he in here, the Glare?
I didn't see him.
I didn't see the Glare. I just shouted him out because your ex, you wanted us to shout her out?
Why?
Did you say to shout her out, your ex? That ain't what he said, though. He said, tell Jesse.
Good company
right?
or something.
Yeah, she's good company. I don't know. I just didn't know. My ex, bro. Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know what that meant, bro.
Right. We just didn't understand it.
There was no context to it.
Yeah. Oh, really? Nick, you got to see Kevin today? Or what, on Court TV?
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
I just called Kevin live on Court TV. He says...
Oh, you called him out?
I don't know. Did he call him out?
I mean, I think that's what he meant. He called him out, right? I mean, that's the thing about this dude.
He called him Plevlin on Court TV.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, shit. You got to call him Plevlin.
Yeah, Plevlin. You know what's crazy about him, man, is that he's a guy that wants to talk about grifting, right? Because grifting is, if you're grifting, it's when you're telling lies, right, to make profit on something, right? And the fact that the fact that Karen Reed is innocent, right? Legally innocent. She hasn't been proven guilty at all. So, everything you're spinning about her is just one-sided, period. There's reasonable doubt, Plevlin, whether you like her or you don't like her with your little crew. It don't matter. There's reasonable doubt. We just told you. Okay. Look at the investigation. In 2 hours, it was wrapped up. You got a guy, a police officer, saying that he didn't see no caution tape. Then you got her saying that she seen her at 12:40. But at 12:40, they weren't there. Right?
She wasn't there.
She wasn't there. So who'd she see? What truck did she see? So when they bring it to the stand and say, hey, Jen, you testified that she called you up and was blacked out. Then you said in the 911 call, he got out the truck, and you said that Karen told you that. So what is it? Was she blacked out, or which one was it? So how is she going to answer that? Okay, because she's going to have to answer that. That's a fact, Plevlin. All right? That's a fact. That's reasonable doubt, right? When it goes in front of the jury. Then you got this other guy named Higgins that said he didn't say goodbye to anyone. Remember that? Plevlin?
Yeah,
see, we could go off today's hearing and we could get a little upset because Hank tried to get slick. He tried to be defense and be a prosecutor, but he's gambling. He's a fucking degenerate. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know if he wants to be a defense attorney or if he wants to be a prosecutor. He's confused because he's gambling. That's what happens when you're in the casino. You lose loss of time. There's no clocks in the casino.
No clocks. He thought he was a doctor. He was wilding the fuck out. You need to calm the fuck down. Oh shit.
Yo.
Ain't nothing but against the party.
Like that up, Slim. Why you acting like that?
Ain't nothing but against the party.
Like that up, Slim. Why you acting like that?
Ain't nothing but against the party. But against the party. Ain't nothing but against the party.
I'm stuck in jail. The DA's trying to burn me. I'll be out on bail. If I had a good attorney, want to label me a criminal and cuff me up. Now I'm out on bail. Now I'm out on bail.
Listen, today sucked. I didn't like watching it. I didn't like the way Hank was trying to go at our girl. And with that being said, let me slow it down for a second and let me play something real quick. Because at the end of the day, it's just another day in paradise. Right, James?
I hope so. Don't sound like it out there.
Let's just slow it down, people. Let's vibe out real quick. Let's vibe out. Let's vibe out.
It's cold and I'm nowhere to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you, you and me in paradise. Oh Lord, is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place. 'Cause she didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice. 'Cause it's
No hiding place for a ghost. I feel the most pain in my brain, 'cause we both on the same boat, right? And on that note, water frigid, Titanic, body in a panic, time slipping, comfortably numb, I guess my mind's flipping. Frustration's working my patience. If I keep it sporadic, kill all the speculation, then gain all that rotation.
there on the corner. What he's waiting for, I don't know. But he waits every day now. He's just waiting for something to show. And nobody knows him. And nobody cares. 'Cause there's no hiding.
Woo! I go by the name of JFK.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
You're currently at 39,000 feet. We're your pilots for this evening. We just need to calm it down. I know today was stressful. There's a lonely man on the corner. There's no hiding place for a ghost. I understand. It's just another day in paradise when you're dealing with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Trust and believe. We have all the reasonable doubt. Because Proctor, in 16 hours, you were running your mouth. There was 42 pieces of taillight glass, but the cop who pulled up on the scene didn't see not one.
Not one.
No one reported one. And if there was 42 pieces of taillight glass, and even if the snow was on top of it, Plebland, you would be walking on it and you would hear it crunch. You would be driving on top of it. You would hear crack, 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 crack. But there was none. Reasonable doubt. Jen McCabe, she called me blacked out. Oh, by the way, she said she dropped him off here and he got out the truck. That's why I said it. Oh, real convenient, Jen McCabe. Julie, you were getting the donuts. It was a ritual. You want me to go some more? How about you, buddy? You, Higgins, Kevin from South Boston. But I've been hearing a lot of things lately, James.
Oh, yeah?
I've been hearing people are saying that we're talking about Kevin from South Boston too much.
Wow. That's a big deal, Kevin from South Boston. That's a big deal. Because you know what? We're going to keep talking about you. And whoever doesn't like it, I'm sorry. But that's a big deal that he called in. He plays a big part in this. Don't get
A
that
huge
twisted.
part.
Don't get that twisted.
A huge part in this. He called into our show, and he didn't just say when she's found not guilty. He said when the truth comes out. Well, it's kind of funny how we're seeing things panning out. We're seeing someone trying to trim the fat out. We're trying to see someone try to get Dr. Russell out. But Dr. Russell, she got that boomer love. She got that motherfucking boomer love. And it ain't nothing but a gangster party with
Yeah, man. Dr. Russell, 10 years in
Now I'm out on bail.
Ain't nothing but a gangsta party.
I'm stuck in jail. The DA's trying to burn me. I'll be out on bail.
Dr. Russell's one of us. She held her own against Hank Brennan, the guy. You know that guy. Hank Brennan, the guy who thinks Whitey Bulge is not a rat. And you
thinks Whitey's not a rat.
You want to say to us, we need to stop talking about Kevin from South Boston. Well, if you want us to start talking about Kevin from South Boston, then you must want us to stop talking about Hank Brennan and how he thinks Whitey Bulge is not a rat. Are you just mad because he called our show? Is that what it is? He didn't call someone else's show. He called our show because we got Seaside. Yeah, that guy Seaside from the Cambridge side. He called us. It's not important. That's the same guy who's throwing up his hand that had to be held back from Clean Chris A, the one who has a wife that does rituals.
That's the guy that texted Karen while they were in the bar. That's the guy that texted John O'Keefe, "Are you coming?" That's the guy that spun the block and gave her the nickname Weed Whacker. Come on, man.
Oh, he texts John at 12:20. You coming here?
Yeah.
And come to find out, John walked in the bar at 10:55 and he was hurt real bad at 12:30. And at 12:20, he was texted by Brian Higgins, the same guy who threw his phone away, the same guy who had an order to protect his phone and threw it all away and cherry-picked text messages. Him and his boy Big Bad Brian A with butt dials at 2 a.m. The same guy who said he was drinking all day that came back from New York. And he, instead of going home to go to sleep, he went to go move some cars. You know, my buddy, Jimmy T from the LYNN. That's Lin, the city of sin. People call it the Sin City. But nah, the Sin City is where the Vegas boys be at. I'm from the city of sin, where heaven ends and hell begins. Let me tell you something, buddy. Let me break it down to you. He said there's not a fucking ATF agent in the world. Jimmy T from the LY. They say NY. We say LY. He said, there's not an ATF agent in the world that would leave a party to go move cars. Think about that. Reasonable doubt. So I know people, we watched that today and we didn't like the way Hank Brennan was attacking. We didn't like the way he was shaking shit up. We didn't like it. But we knew this was going to happen. We knew. We said it. And it's funny. Fucking funny. The same people who said we need to chill out talking about Kevin from South Boston.
Oh, Kevin from South Boston.
Because it's just something that came and went. Like it just has, you know, like he's not an ATF agent and that he wasn't there the night of this shit went down. It's the same people who said we talk about sound bites too much.
Shit, man. I mean, I think it's
That's what they said, right? They said we talk about sound bites too much.
We talk about sound bites. We talk about Kevin from South Boston too much. I mean, these are the.
Wait a minute. They said that? Now, wait a minute. This happened today?
Not today. Not today.
That the U.S. Attorney's Office employed a deputy medical examiner to look at these bites. And then he had commented that the wounds at 2 to 3 millimeters up to 7 centimeters were documented on Mr. O'Keefe's right arm, and the injuries do not photographically appear to be nor are described as puncture bite wounds, and thus are highly unlikely to be the result of an animal bite attack. Did you get that expert opinion from the United States Attorney's Office when they investigated this case to
Now that hurt. I didn't like hearing that. And wait a minute. we're the same guys who said the feds are the police and we don't trust the feds. And we just found out today that the feds, their experts said it wasn't dog bites. Isn't it funny how that shit's all going down? On this show right here, Sean on the Golf, we argued with him until we were blue in the face. A matter of fact, there's some people that's creeping around this chat right now that got furloughs. We just let them live.
Yep.
That talked a lot of shit to us and said, you guys are going in on Karen. There's no way in America she's going to be convicted. The feds got her back. There's no way. The feds are here.
She's untouchable.
She's untouchable. We just found out that the guy said it wasn't dog bites and he's a fucking fed. So you know what? Fuck the feds too.
Right.
If we learned anything today, fuck them too. You know why? Because this is what we're really dealing with. You know, the guys who talked about the sound bites, you know, I hate to pop my collar tonight and say I told you so, but, you know, it is what.
The difference between being run over and hitting the side of a car, isn't there?
That's correct.
So if someone didn't hit them, they just clipped them.
I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him?
Being run over and hitting the side of a car, isn't there?
That's correct.
So if someone didn't hit them, they just clipped them.
I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him?
Someone didn't hit them, they just clipped them.
I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him?
He's fucking gambling.
Didn't we say that she needs a new soundbite?
But we're
because
crazy.
We're crazy. And now we said this 3 months ago. We said
Before
this
it
90
even came
days
to
ago.
light. Yeah, before it even came to light, before Hank Brennan even came. We said this.
What I'm saying is this. You could do two things. She doesn't take, if they drop the murder, they put it to manslaughter. He's trimming the fat out. He wants 50-50. Black and red. Keep in mind, no, Hank. You got to cut the zeros. So there's always going to be risk in the shit you're doing. So you think that you're going to win it. But people can see when you're badgering witnesses. People can see when you're doing too much. And today you did too much.
He knew he could get away with it. There was no jury there.
Today you did.
Yeah. That's why he did that.
But here's the thing, my dude. There's plenty of reasonable doubt. And I just laid it down the line from you. I know it hurt. It's just another day in paradise in the Karen Reed case. The Glera held it down today for us. He made us laugh. He broke things down. Shout out to the Glera. Turtle Boy today got a restraining order lifted. He's out on the streets. He's out on bail, but he ain't got a sneaky girl that says, "Oh, I seen him at the mall. He was stalking me." Them days are over.
That's
so shout
huge,
out,
man.
that's
Shout
huge.
out to you, Turtle Boy, because that's huge having that off your weight lifted.
That's beautiful. We got a W. So even when we win, you know, there's wins. You got to take these losses as lessons. Now that doesn't mean that we lost anything. It just sucks seeing it. It sucks looking at Karen being basically this guy thinks she's guilty. You know what I mean? He talks about a fair trade. He's talking with both sides of his mouth. He's gambling again.
Yeah.
He wants to take care of his family, but yet he wants to go to the casino every night. You can't do both. And that's what he's doing. He said he wants to do a fair trial, but it didn't seem like that to me today. So there's a lot of things in our favor, and there's a lot of things that they could trim out. That's okay. They can't trim out the facts that Higgins called up this show. And when we talk about a new soundbite, we're saying basically, do we want these sound bites that she had on these shows as her testimony? That was 2 years ago. We want new material. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how you're gonna go about it. So maybe, maybe think about taking a stand if they drop it to manslaughter. But that's just my opinion. And maybe you don't have to do that. That's where I stand right now. But things are subject to change. I'm just human. But what I'm saying is, them sound bites, the way they're gonna play that in the court, and the way he's always gonna sneak him in, like he did today. He's gonna sneak him in the whole time.
Yeah, he said it the same way she did in that interview, because he's going to use that.
Opinion from the difference between being run over and hitting the side of a car, isn't there?
That's correct.
So if someone didn't hit them, they just clipped them.
I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him?
He's going to do that shit the whole trial. And he's 50-50 across the board, and they're going to be, you know what I mean? So he's going to put on his Alan Jackson. But Alan Jackson, keep in mind, the same person that you said, Kevin from South Boston, is not a big deal. Oh, best believe Alan Jackson's going to be like, are you a decorated dude? And, you know,
yeah, man.
the whole trial. So if you think JFK and James, our show's not going to make an appearance, a reference, a paraphrase to our show, you're crazy, because this is what it is. You got to convince the jury. You have to, they're just regular people. You have to do it in poetic ways. This is a script. This is writing, a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you don't think that way, think again. But with that being said, let's open up the phone lines. James Jackson's on the phone lines tonight. James Jackson.
On
James,
the phones. I can talk to you guys, man. Call in.
Call in, talk to James Jackson.
Call in.
How we doing tonight? It's been a rough day. How we doing? How am I doing? How's James doing it?
Alan Jackson will be coming in hot. James, Amy. Yeah, man. Alan Jackson will be coming in hot. He's not going to deal with that shit. Yeah, so Jay, I'm just waiting now on the monetization, and we'll figure that out. But I can't wait to see how I finally can do all this, you know, and get up here and talk to all these people. And, you know, Jay's running the panels. It's a lot of work. The phone calls.
Getting the material together, my man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not as easy, you know, it's tedious, man. It's tedious work.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's like,
we don't just come on here and just talk. We try to come in here and do a show. And now we're in the phase of where we're gonna open up the phone lines and we're gonna talk to the people. My man. James, talk to the people, buddy.
I just want to say thank you to, I forget what that woman's name was, but I got a lawyer reached out to me through somebody in the chat, and we're gonna do a consult.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited about that because this shit needs to stop. Another woman actually reached out and said she was going through the same shit in court at the same court I go to, and she had a list of judges that were on the corruption, and the judge I have, her name is on there. So I'm like, she was number 3. So I was like, man, I didn't like seeing that, but it is what it is, you know. I'll keep fighting the case, and you know that. I haven't given up. I won't give up. And yeah, it's just taking it slow. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But it's, you know, it's overwhelming too, because like the holidays were the worst, man. That's the worst time. And birthdays and all that. It's just time.
Birthdays was the worst days.
Yeah, birthdays was the worst days.
Oh,
Can't wait to start sipping champagne. I'm thirsty. But yeah, man, it'll be good soon. I believe that, you know, God has a plan, and it's all gonna work out.
Indeed, my brother. Indeed. Phone lines are open. Call in. Talk to James Jackson. James Jackson wants to hear from you.
Call in, Kevin from South Boston. We know you're watching.
Hello?
Yeah, Debbie.
Hey guys, it's your girl from Louisiana, not Alabama.
Nice. How we doing tonight? How we doing?
I really needed to hear y'all's voices tonight. It was a hard day today, so.
Yeah, it was tough.
You know. And watching the trial was freaking brutal, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think trial, but you know.
Yeah, the motion. the motion.
I wanted to punch him in his face.
We all did. For sure. We all did. We all wanted to punch him in the face. Definitely. But you know, that's the way it goes. I hope that I put some calm into it. Broke it down. We got plenty of reasonable doubt. And it's okay. You know, we're gonna be all right.
I think we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be a little different than the last one, but
yeah.
How do you feel about a new soundbite?
Can you hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her. Can she hear me?
Can you hear James? Hold on a minute.
Can't.
Can you hear James?
I can now. Yeah.
Yeah, she can hear you.
I'm sorry. What was her name? I can't. She didn't say her name.
Melanie.
Melanie. So
Yeah.
Melanie.
I'm the one who's going through a divorce too. I told you to have a,
I can't hear her, Jay.
Well, you're not going through a divorce,
can't
but
hear
you're
her?
having trouble in court.
Yeah, I can hear her. Yeah, like a little bit. Hold on, let me turn up mine. Maybe it's.
You can hear James though, right?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh, I can hear her. Yeah, now I can hear her good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Melanie Austin from Louisiana, not Alabama.
Not Alabama. Yeah, we know that now. So what do you think? Does Karen need a new soundbite or what?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Does Karen need a new soundbite?
I don't think so.
No? You think she's gonna be all right with those sound bites that she has already?
I think she's gonna be all right. I think she's gonna be all right.
Nice.
Yeah. Well.
So, all right, well, guys, y'all have a good night. I just wanted to send some love.
Absolutely, girl. Thanks for calling.
All right, take care.
Criminal will cuff me up. Now I'm out on bail. Oh, I posted bail? I'm out. I could go? Oh.
That was a nice phone call. Thank you, sweetie.
Yes, thank you. From Louisiana, not Alabama.
Nah, big difference. Big difference. Hello.
Hey, J.F.K. Hi, James. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Who we talking with?
Doing great.
Who we talking with?
It's Reality Check.
Oh, Reality Check. What's up?
I just wanted to say you guys are like the Timex watches. You take a licking and keep on ticking.
Absolutely, we do. You know how we do it.
How do you guys feel about everything that happened today? I mean, it's been a crazy day. We've had a lot of good come outs in Karen's case. And I'm wondering how long you think Bev is going to take to give her decision.
How long do I think? What about you, James? What you want to say?
How long do we think it's gonna take for what? For the decision to come back? Well, it's under advisory now. I would say probably like maybe a couple weeks, maybe I would say. Maybe. Give or take. What do you think?
Something like that. That's a good estimation.
Yeah. That's usually.
Have you guys heard the rumor, though, that it's a rumor, of course, that Levy has had a lot of the McAlberts in the last week or so doing additional interviews, and maybe he's going to do them he's going to make a really big smash before he leaves. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's not true? And what do you think might happen?
All right. Say what happened with the Alberts and Levy?
You can hear it, right?
Yeah, but I heard it, but she kind of muffled towards the
You said.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's not your fault. Go ahead.
The rumor is that Josh Levy has had additional interviews this last week or so with several of the McAlberts crew. And people are speculating, which is all we can do because we don't know. What do you think might come of it or might not come of it? Or what are you hoping for? And then I'm going to hang up. You guys go ahead and do your thing. Have a great night. I love y'all.
All right, cool. Peace and love.
All right. Peace and love. I mean, Jay, if it's a rumor, if it's not really factual, I mean, I don't know. I didn't hear that. I think
I heard
Levy's
it.
gonna. You heard that?
Yeah, I heard that.
The Alberts met with him, or it's just a rumor.
It's a rumor, but that doesn't mean it really happened. You know.
I mean, if any, I think he's gonna try to walk out quietly. You know, that's just my opinion. Why stir up a lot of shit before you leave? I mean, who knows? I could be wrong. He could. He resigned.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I can't picture like, oh, now I'm resigning on the 17th, but before I go,
Right.
I'm gonna lock everybody up. I don't see that happen, bro.
Nah.
Why? When is it gonna happen? I just don't see that happening. They just testified today that the dog expert
said it wasn't a dog bite.
I mean, that's huge.
That's very huge. I mean, Hank's dropping bombs. I didn't know that. Did you?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, so what else does Hank have? That he's not saying. So, I mean, it's just a waiting game now.
To accept, press 1. To send.
You're live with J.F.K. and James Jackson. Who we talking with?
Hi, this is Linda from Maryland.
What's up, Linda from Maryland?
I want to ask a question. Today, Brennan said that they took a mold of Chloe's teeth. That's the impression I got anyway. Yeah. And what I was wondering is how would the defense know that it was Chloe's mold? Since was anyone present from Karen's defense side while they did this? They could have used a different dog. And also the other thing I was thinking, after so many years, teeth, just like Dr. Russell said, your teeth change with age. They shift, your gums, they change. And of course the dog could have lost teeth. So what's your opinion about this? Or do you think he is just bluffing?
I'll let James answer that. Go ahead, James. What you think?
I mean, that's a big bluff. Like, I mean, he is a degenerate gambler, so you never know with Hank. But as far as the teeth go, you're right about that. I would think over the years, like even my puppy, when she bites into like a bone, she might lose a tooth. So who knows? I mean,
yeah, I have 2 dogs, and one's pretty old. He's about 15, and the other one's 10. And even the one that just turned 10, he has a loose tooth. His teeth have, I've noticed how they've changed. So I'm wondering what difference would it make if they took the mold
or anything like that?
Match.
I did leave, yes.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So, I was just thinking, I'm wondering if he's bluffing, since he is a gambler. Maybe it's a bluff. And I'm wondering if the Karen's team call from like 6.
Say what?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Oh, I heard me sick. I said, I wonder if the defense know about this. Because when he was speaking of it, when he was questioning Dr. Russell, they seemed, very cool, calm, and there was no objection, new evidence. Why didn't they turn this evidence, for the defense? And they did not, object or anything. So I'm thinking, well, perhaps they already knew about it.
Yeah. They might have. You're right. They might have knew. I think they knew.
Well, today, and I found it very interesting, and I just feel bad Well, first of all, there will never be any justice for poor John O'Keefe because, I mean, all the evidence has been destroyed. And I believe it's just a circus what they're trying to do to Karen because I believe she is innocent. They cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she hit John. And I definitely believe with Dr. Russell's credentials that is a dog bite. Dog bite. You know, what's in it for her? She has a very good reputation. She's been doing, you know, she's a doctor. She's been doing this for 30 plus years, and she has nothing to gain from it.
Nothing.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
We appreciate your time, Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda.
Bye. She's right.
Yes.
I think the defense knows. I think they knew about that.
I saw somewhere.
I think they knew about that. I think they knew he was going up there. I think he said something about it, didn't it? It was like released.
I think he did too. And I would think he would have to, something that big, I think he would have to tell them he was going to do that. You know, I think that's just my opinion. I think so too. You know, I think they should have taken her to the scene. That would have been a little more clarity for, because Hank was trying to say that too. Like she didn't, you were never been there. You've never seen the scene and you've never seen this. And that's when I was like, we seen that, Jay, you know? But yeah, man, her credentials speak for themselves.
You're live with J.F.K. and James. Who's this?
It's Mike. How you doing today?
What's up, Mike?
You spoke to me the other day, remember? You thought I was in Kittery. Told story from the outlet.
Yeah, you were stealing polo jackets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you at the outlet?
What's up, Mike?
Just want to tell you, another great show. You're becoming one of my favorite. You people, and you, James, and Jimmy, are becoming some of my favorite YouTubers on this case. I'm going to be honest with you. You and Sean the Golf.
Sean,
you're awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I seen Sean's back. That's dope.
Yeah. Sean's back. Sean's an extremely good guy. He has a good show. But so I think I was just listening intently to what you and James are saying. As usual, you got some good insight. I was just, I just continue to shake my head. See now, you guys are about to show the clips of our friend there, Kevin from South Boston.
You like that, huh?
Freaking Higgins is a punk. I'm telling you, Higgins is a punk.
Is he though?
I think he is. I get the impression he is. I get the impression he was probably one of those kids that was probably the freaking water boy when he was in high school. Couldn't make the football team, so he was on the water boy.
So you think you could kick it? You think you could kick Higgins' ass?
If I'm in the best of shape possible, I'll be honest, he's got some advantage over me. No. You know what I mean? So even in my best of days, there's a chance I might come out and lose it because he's got the weight.
Right.
But then again, it's dead weight. You know what I mean? He's like a manatee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. What did you feel about today?
I was shell-shocked, I'll be honest with you. There was two disclosures about Chloe, which I suppose we really don't know how true it is because nothing else has come of it. And then that disclosure about the ME saying something about the medical examiner saying something about they weren't dog bites. But someone pointed out to me, I agree with it. If they're going to listen to the medical examiner and agree that it's not dog bites, the same medical examiner says Officer O'Keefe was not killed by the car either, right? So you can't have one without the other.
True.
Yeah. So, I just shake my head. I agree with you guys. This video clip, not enough attention is paid to this. I've spoken to a few people about it, and that's why. And they were of the mindset that, like, well, I suppose there's no audio and you can't really label it as anything concrete. But you know what? Just read you can tell by just reading their what's the lack of a better phrase, the body language. Higgins is looking for a fight.
I mean, he said he didn't say goodbye to nobody.
Exactly. That phrase, that's this phrase I keep talking about. The Irish exit. Yeah, Higgins looks like he's still angry that he got cut from the football game. And he wants to take it out.
He loves it.
So, Mikey, man, when you go down to Kittery tomorrow, can you get us some polo jackets? What?
Well, I'm telling you, my man J.F.K, if I'm ever in Kittery, I'm not only going to hook you up with some polos, but I'm going to tell them that they need to start carrying the line of disclaimer in their stores.
Absolutely, the disclaimer for sure. Disclaimer.
The disclaimer line.
Yeah.
I'm going to be one of the first people that buys one.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta get that going. Today, I'm gonna have that up. Well, tomorrow night, I'll have a shirt up.
I can't wait till it comes out. I'm going to go into this bar in Charlestown called Sullivan's Pub with my disclaimer shirt.
Absolutely, you got to throw up the X too. If
You
they
know
turn
what's
around
up.
and say, if they turn around and say you didn't tip me right, throw up the disclaimer on them.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. But yeah, so just keep up what you're all doing. Like I said, you guys are amazing, and Jimmy as well. It's always glad to call in and watch your show.
Absolutely, my man. Call again soon, brother.
Okay, have a great night, guys.
All right, peace and love, man.
Take care.
Great phone call. Great phone call.
Great phone call.
Yeah, man. Mikey's up there in Maine, man. He's at Kittery, you know, stealing the gooses.
You got the gooses. That's the plug with the gooses.
Yeah. You know, they were playing mind games and shit, weren't they today?
Yeah, they were.
Mind games.
Look at this. He's playing mind games. In the beginning, Jay, of that video.
Dedicated on and on to the ones who elevated. Dedication. Yeah. JFK. Listen. Rap, what they chasing, rap, what you saying, he rap, they rap, she rap on the station.
Give us a call, James Jackson. James Jackson. He goes by the name of James Jackson. Give him a phone call. He wants to talk to you.
Level up, elevation, hip hop is dedication. Hold on, let me get it back. My story's been snake bit from the rip. All I see is pain, the same old shit. My life insane, my soul connects. 3-second plays, nowadays they troll the net. We living in the right now, they ain't paying no respect. Better yet, get a 9 to 5, do the math. I was 14 years old, out of control, warpath. It's like I was caught in a vice I never saw past. The tricks of the trade, set up sharp, dog. I was late for class. Take me back to junior high, Pickering, caseworker bickering, NFI, Middleton, 1 floor up, crack spot, simple then, maybe not dedicated for the ones who made it out, sink or swim. Kiss the girls, made them cry. I got daughters now, I survived. Tell me why it's fucking with my mind.
Yo, homeboy did sound like Hank.
What the? Yo, Mike, who dude called? Oh man, that's wild. Mike, you playing around with us, you Hank?
You're live with JFK and James Jackson.
Teresa.
What up, Teresa?
Just wanted to say hi to James.
Hi, Teresa.
And both of you, of course, but you know, keep up the fight. I understand all this custody bullshit. I live it with myself, with my granddaughter, and you know, you just have to stay positive.
Absolutely.
Well, that's your son. That's completely different.
Yes. Now, do you mind me asking what county you are you from Mass?
No, so Rhode Island, and she lives in Connecticut, and I haven't seen her for about 1.5 years, but her mom is my daughter.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, it just gets ugly in the family probate.
he had her for like 7 years. He never had any problems with him or his or her stepmom. And the last couple of years have been wild.
Sorry.
I don't know. You know, my daughter, she allows her to call me like sporadically. I got a call last week from a 508 number. I didn't want to pick it up right away. And she's like, Diggy, it's me, Lily. And then I called her, and Mom's in the background. I can hear her. And, you know, thank God. God is good to me. I get those.
Yeah.
However, I have to go fight this because it's gotten way out of hand. She is 13. She's been in my life since she was born. So that's one good thing for grandparent rights, that, you know, there's 2 stipulations, and I meet the criteria of the second one. However, financially, I'm just going to go there and go to Connecticut and say, look, what can I do?
Right. That's all we can do, right? Is keep fighting and praying and hope that everything's going to work out. I mean,
Right. Yep. And that's all I can do. And it's been, you know, I just keep it positive, just like you. But this is your son. I can't even imagine someone taking one of my children away from me, you know. And that's what happens in these courtrooms. And, you know, her dad, yeah, he slipped off the edge and he can't prove he's a fit parent. But he had a great life with them. And I still am in touch with them. And that's where my daughter resents me, because I had a relationship with them for the 7 years that Kelly literally abandoned us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say her name.
that's all right. You're good. Yeah, it's tough, you know, because you try to, you know, be a co-grandparent, I guess you would call it.
Right.
And you're not there to pick sides. You're there for the child, and it's just, that's a tough situation. But you know, that's all I want at the end of the day. I just want a co-parent. I just want to be in my son's life. I just want to be a dad. You know,
Right.
I showed up and what's that?
How old is your son?
He just turned 16.
So can he have an input on the decisions
He did.
that he wants for his life?
Yeah, they gave him a chance to tell him what he wanted, and that went right over their head. They didn't. That's what really bothered me the most about the situation. Was because I didn't want my son to have to go into a courtroom and you know go through all that shit. But it was time, I guess, you know. So he did, and then when we went back to court, they didn't bring none of that up in court. So it's like. Why bring him in? Why make him go through metal detectors? Why make him go downstairs and see probation officers?
No, I know. The whole supervised visit, and I've gone through that and had to bring her there, and like, what a nightmare. And then like you said, but she was brought into the judge's chambers and asked, but unfortunately Dad did not pass. So and the judge tried really hard with the dad, but yeah, it's just so messed up. And you know, my kid was a baby when she went through all this, you know, and I stayed in her life constant every weekend, no problem. You know, like it was never a problem. And then when it came down to my daughter, it was almost like, now I can get revenge against all of you.
Yeah, no,
That's awesome, sweetheart. We're gonna go on with the next phone call, right? Nothing but love.
Sorry if you got
All right, peace.
No worries.
All right, peace and love.
Peace and love. Thank you.
Call from, it's Race.
Who?
Hello?
Hey.
You're live with J.F.K. and James. Who we talking with?
Hey, this is Reese. How are you guys doing?
We're doing all right, Reese. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Shady 580.
Oh, Shady 580.
Shady 580's in the house.
Oh.
Well, I saw that hearing today going over Dr. Russell.
Yes.
I can't believe Judge Bass allowed that. You know?
That's wild, right?
Yeah. You know, I have a couple of questions. If the prosecutor can question expertness of the witnesses, then why can't the defense question people, witnesses that are solely there to exculpate the other witnesses? Do you understand what I'm saying about the 227 call? The whole purpose of that one witness was to make Jen look like she didn't make that search.
Right.
So,
Who you talking about? Which one? Which? Thank you, Rose D, for the memberships. 5 gifted membership, Rose D. Appreciate you, Rose D. Always holding us down. What are you saying? You're saying what witness? Which one you talk about? You talking about Dr. Russell, or you talking about Green? You talking about Green?
I'm talking about the, yes, maybe Dr. Green, but she was the one that had the rag on her head.
Oh yeah, that
She
one.
looked like
Yeah.
that one, the one that was trying to say.
So you're saying why can't they do the same thing? Why can't the defense do the same thing they're trying to do to Green? Kick her out?
Yeah, I don't understand why she's all of a sudden an expert. What makes any other guy too that was talking about wall files?
Because I think the prosecution, with the prosecution, like they could do whatever they got to do to prove their case. Like they don't have to prove anything, the defense, because they're already in the not guilty. You know what I mean? They're already not guilty, but obviously it's totally reversed. Totally reversed because today they proved today. I mean, that's crazy. If anybody was watching, any potential jurors, I mean, that was colluding the polluting the jury pool right there. If any person in the county was watching that, the way Hank Brennan was saying when John got hit by a car, I mean, he was basically saying it. That's why we're saying, like, hey, if they want to play dirty, you got to play just as dirty. When you walk out that courthouse, tell them to look at this video that I keep playing as we're talking on the phone. Tell them to look at this damn waterfall video. Keep looking at this. Tell me a fight didn't happen. You know what I mean? You got to play just as dirty, like, because look at what he was doing. He was acting crazy today.
Yeah.
Yo, it almost looks like he hands his keys off.
It's perfect. I can't wait for the jury to see that one. So I just wanted to say before I get out of here to James that I know a little bit about what he's going through, and my heart goes out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There is a TikToker, a YouTuber by the name of Madison Wellborn, and she's 26 years old, and she has been able to recover and reestablish her relationship with her dad. And she's moving mountains on this. So maybe you could suggest your son kind of listen to this woman. Her name is Madison Wellborn. The expert on what's going on here with the parental alienation, her name is Jennifer Harmon, and I think she is at the Fort Collins, Colorado State University. Jennifer Harmon, anything you need to know about parental alienation, she's the expert. And what I know is that you may not be able to prove that she's alienating you from your child, but you can ask the court for her to have a psychological evaluation and have her investigated or whatever for pathological parenting.
Yeah.
That's gold right there.
Yep, check her psych records. That's always a win-win right there. Well,
Yeah.
listen, Shady,
You ask the court to order her to go through a psych evaluation and evaluate her for pathological parenting because it can be proven.
absolutely, you're right about that, Shady 580. Excuse me. We appreciate your phone call. James, you got anything you want to say to her in closing?
Appreciate it, Shady 580. I will definitely look into her and check her out.
I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for your family.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
Nice phone call, James.
Nice phone call. Oh,
Shady 580 in the house.
Yeah, Shady 580 in the house. Yeah, Jay, I could have sworn I seen him hand something to Big Bad Brian A. I don't know if it was his keys, because it looked like he was holding his keys. Higgins.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Looks like he says right here to to Brian A. He gives him off at one point. Look, he's got
Looking
his
right
keys.
at him. He said, "Come on." He
Yeah,
said, "Come on. You coming or what, dude?"
But look, in his hands, he's got his. I think he's got his keys in his hand.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go. Yep, he gave him one of those, and we know how close that is. So
close.
But this is my problem with it. Everybody said nothing happened in the bar. Even Karen said that everybody got along in that space and time. That video right there shows there was probable cause for John O'Keefe to end up the way he ended up. That Higgins, Brian A, Kevin A, I believe, was involved. Colin. Look at clean Chris A.
Look at the way he's sitting. Look at his hands. Look at
up his ass. Fucking picking his wedgie.
Hey.
That's
Kevin
why he went and
Boston,
washed his
what
hands.
happened, man? You said to us, Kevin from South Boston, when it comes out, she did it.
Right.
Is this what you're trying to say? You're trying to say that this guy, he's a degenerate. He lost all his money at the casino, and that's the reason why he's doing it, because he needs to pay some bills. The fix is in. Is that what happened in here?
He knows something. He knows something, man. They're right there. They're trying to, all three of them. Look,
hey. What are you doing?
Yep.
Chill.
Calm down. How the fuck is a pizza man manhandling an ATF agent like that?
Why don't you talk to him, man? Talk to Kevin from South Boston real quick.
Kevin, how the fuck did you just let a pizza man manhandle you? He don't even know you. And he grabbed you like that? Wow, that shit is wild, man.
Look at his face, too.
Yeah, he's looking at you like, I will put you in the oven. You'll go in the fucking oven. You'll go. Man,
what's going on, dude?
I don't know.
Kevin from South Boston, you let that dude manhandle you. This dude just was making pizzas all day, and he manhandled you like you was nothing.
Like you was a piece of pepperoni.
Why'd you listen to him?
I know.
Why didn't you push him? He did more to you than John did.
Right. John was laughing at you.
He did more to you than John did, man.
Yeah. Look at that.
He did more to you than John did.
That's a great.
John did nothing to you. John didn't put his hands on you, buddy. Kevin, you let this dude, come on, you let this dude put his hands on you like that? And you did nothing.
After he just had him all over in his ass.
Look at his brother looking.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's cold and I'm nowhere to sleep.
Shit.
Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh Lord, is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place. 'Cause she didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice. 'Cause it's
No hiding place for a ghost. I feel the most pain in my brain, cause we both on the same boat, right? And on that note, water frigid, Titanic, body in a panic, time slipping, comfortably numb, I guess my mind's flipping. Frustration's working my patience. If I keep it sporadic, kill all the speculation, then gain all that rotation.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say too, if anybody is interested, I had a few people, because right now my lawyer fees and everything is getting a little out of hand. So I have this set up for my people that wanted to help. I don't know if I can trying to put it in. It's not letting me. Amy, you think you could do that for me? Because I just tried and it's not working. Yeah, I'm trying to.
This is something everybody got to watch out for. So we showed you how small the bar is, right? Look who's walking between everybody.
Jen. Air hustling.
Look at Jen. She's talking to John right now. She just walked over to Chris A. Look at her right here. Look at how stressed she is. She's looking right at the pimples. Stressed.
She knows what's about to go down.
Look at her hair. Look at her hair. Look, she's looking right over at him like, damn.
You really gonna do this, John? Do you know what they're saying about you? Sad, man. That was a woman that was supposed to care about him. Took his kids.
We're gonna be all right, people.
Come on.
He could give you a wrench. I could give you a wrench, Amy. You want a wrench? He could give you one, though. I don't know why he never gives wrenches out.
You want me to give out wrenches? I'll start giving everybody a wrench. You want me?
Amy from Boston's asking for a wrench, dude, to help her.
All right. Oh, I was trying to do what she said. I'll give her a wrench. Yeah.
I mean, every time I tell you to give someone a wrench, you don't.
Come on, bro. Don't do that to me, man. Every time you tell me.
Yeah, I just gave it to her. The last time I asked you to give her a wrench, you said you don't know how to do it. The three dots or whatever.
Oh yeah, the 3 dots.
Bingo,
Well,
you're in the game. You're wrenched up.
Yeah, because I can't figure this out. I'm sorry, I'm not good with this plumbing shit. I'm a pilot.
She's wrenched up now, man.
She's wrenched up. She's in the game.
She's in the game, man.
Amy, you're gonna be wrenched up when
Jen got a wrench. Does Jen got a wrench? I gave Jen a wrench.
What?
When did you get a wrench, Jen?
Nah.
Who gave you?
I want a wrench. She put the emoji.
Oh. Phone lines are open. Who wants to talk to James Jackson? You got a story to tell.
I got a story to tell.
Who wants to talk to my boy?
Here we go. Got it. Amy probably already did it for me. I just figured it out.
Justin Joe, James, wrench me, babe.
Amy, we did it at the same time. You see that? That's how plumbers do. Plumbers think alike.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Jen wants a wrench. Jen. I think there should be a rule about wrenches. You got to be in the chat for at least, I don't know, Jay, what would you say? At least a couple months, maybe? Month, 2 months? You don't want to just be throwing wrenches around.
I guess, right? Something like that, brother.
I mean, it's up to you, man.
Well, phone lines are open. Story time. Yeah, well, we went 2 hours, 265 people up in here.
Still
leave you
rocking.
guys with this, it's crazy because when we think about think about these people. This quirky guy right here, Chris A. He's one quirky guy, huh? Look at this guy.
Like you just did.
I knew they knew each other. You're saying that they were acquaintances? No, I guess they're friends. You guess they're friends?
Yeah, they're friends. Was there something confused? Yeah, they're friends.
You actually woke up when he opened the bedroom door.
I don't think so.
Just Joe.
You're
So
live with JFK and James.
thank you, Just Joe.
Love your show. My one question is this.
Go ahead.
All day long, Brennan brought up glass. Glass shattered. This is what, made the skin abrasions and whatever. But what about the fact that, is he referencing to the glass that John brought back from the bar that was in his hand when he was struck? And then he pirouetted in the air and it made multiple abrasions. I'm not clear about that.
Yeah, he kept saying glass, right? He wasn't saying. Then he cleared it up at the end. He said plastic.
He said he actually said from a Lexus too.
Yeah, he cleared it. He cleared it up at the end. He said it was at the end. He said it was from the tail light, from the plastic. He cleared it up, but he kept saying glass. You're right.
So James' interpretation of why he left, which I'm convinced he left that bar because he wanted to have that glass in his hand because he knew there was going to be a confrontation in that parking lot. He did not have a weapon on him, and he knew he was going to be jumped, and he brought that glass out to protect himself.
That's what it seems like.
Seems like that.
Right.
I mean, they're all cops. You never know. Most of them do carry, even off duty. I see that a lot in my city. A lot of off-duty cops still carry their guns with them. So I don't know that night. Looks like Chris A is the one carrying a gun that night.
Yeah, Chris A was.
He was wilding the fuck out. He needs to calm down.
No, I know, but I think your theory of why he carried that glass out of the bar was because he needed protection. Now, I'm not sure why he continued to carry the glass to 34 Fairview, but maybe he still had that option because he knew he was going in that house.
Well, I mean, maybe he's got a good arm and he just wanted to throw it at one of those assholes that was calling him on.
Right. He knew he had a weapon. He knew if he had to, confront these people, he had something to be able to protect himself.
Indeed, I agree. I mean, he knew something. I mean, it's all going to get brought up in trial.
Hopefully.
What's your stance on today? Are you scared? Are you a little shook?
Am I what?
Are you a little shook up about today?
Yes, I am upset because Brennan absolutely disgraced Dr. Russell. Absolutely disgraced her.
He badgered her bad.
Upset because, guess what, people? Look at the evidence. And nobody has done that.
What do you feel about the Fed saying that the Fed said it wasn't a dog bite?
They may have said that because they didn't have actual evidence, like everything else is on this case. Did they have a dog bite mold? No. But did they have dog bite fur? Whatever. But they did have pig evidence on his shirt, which would say that he was bit by a dog because he had a pig ear, because that's what the Alberts gave their dog to make him calm.
Is that a fact? That no, I know it's a fact they found pig DNA, but about the Alberts giving him to
did
comment.
find pig DNA. Yeah, they did.
No, I know they found the pig DNA, but about the comment of the dog.
Well, no, probably not the comment of the dog, but where are you going to get pig DNA on somebody's shirt? Was he bit by a pig? Was a wild pig going around the neighborhood and bit him?
No, I agree. I agree with you. I mean,
yeah. No, I think
those are pig ears. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but there was no other DNA though. It's that.
Right.
How'd the tail light get in his sweater? Does anybody got a good explanation about that?
Probably not. But if you are thinking about planting evidence, maybe they put something in there.
You think so though? Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think they did.
I mean, they did so much. They should have. I mean, they could have. I mean, this guy in 16 hours, he already had her pegged. In 16 hours, he knew everything.
Yeah. I mean, his boys were hacker. They were like harassing him too. Like, you haven't solved this case yet. They were giving him shit.
Yeah, they said straight up to him. They said what they said to him. They said the guy in the house is gonna get some shit, and then he was like, nope, he's a cop. He called her the C word. He said that she had a balloon knot. He said she had a flat ass. He called her a psycho. He said she's not getting off. In 16 hours, he said all this in 16 hours.
Right.
Because he had a phone call from Brian Albert that stated to them, look, all those 12 people that were in that home all agreed we have to stick together and we have to have the same scenario, because if I think Brian Albert said, if we all go down, if I go down, we're all going down.
Listen, like they said before, right? It has to be the best place to commit a crime. Number one, nobody's seeing shit. It has to be by fate that they get a lead investigator. And you know, Proctor was the head investigator that knows everybody in the family. That was just by fate. Come on, I mean, this shit is just crazy.
I mean, the main connection between Proctor is Kevin.
Is Kevin, and we know Kevin.
I think Kevin was there, man.
He was in the ride back to New York with Higgins and Brian.
Yeah, he had to be there that night.
But did we establish? Did they actually go to the funeral? Did we establish that they all were part of going to the funeral and riding back? I don't know that.
I mean, that's the thing. There's so many lies. Like, what's the truth?
Right.
Yeah. What's the truth?
There's so many questions.
The interim of all of it is, I believe, Kevin Albert left with Chloe and Allie. I mean, because she came and they left with the dog.
So do you think that when Jen looked out the
okay, let me retract. I think Higgins left with Chloe and Colin because they knew they had to get him out of there. And then what happened was he went to the parking lot of the high school and Allie met him. Remember, her boyfriend never went to his job that day because he was there also. And they took the dog and Colin, and whatever happened after that, who knows? Who knows what happened after that?
What do you think she said at 5:23 in the morning? Is that you, John? Where you at, John? Did you remember that soundbite I played? Did you get an answer on that? What do you think she said at 5:23?
I think she said, is that you, John? Because she realized he was on the lawn.
At 5:23?
No, after when she went at 6, whatever time she went back. She never went back to the scene.
No, but that phone
No,
call was at
5:23
5:23 in the morning.
No, I don't think she said that. I think she said something to the effect is, I don't know what's happening here, what's going on, where are you, what's happening.
That's a hell of a lot to say. I mean, that was at 5:23. So at first, though, you thought she said, "Is that you, John?" Which everybody else thought. So are you sure you're not thinking about the same thing we're thinking about? The time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. The time limit is off. The time limit is off, I think. I think she realized, you know, when she went back to the scene is when she said that. Not when,
Can you hear that?
when,
Can you hear that?
The seventh message, sir, what time was that received by Mr. O'Keefe's phone?
5:23 a.m.
Just a minute if you could.
So they're saying 5 she said that.
People are saying, John, I can't live without you.
That could be. That could be. You know, everyone hears something different.
Well, here's my thing: is we seen Hank Brennan today go crazy. What do you think he's gonna do with that soundbite? Because whatever he says it is, he's gonna make sure that jury thinks it is exactly what he says it is.
True.
Yeah.
This guy is fishing. This guy has no content into why this incident happened. I'm not going to say murder, but incident. He terrorized Dr. Russell today. He told her so many lies.
He terrorized her?
The what?
You said he terrorized her?
Yes, he did. He did on the stand. I watched it all day long. He terrorized her because he wants her to solve his case. He wants her to say something to make his conviction, you know, the way it's supposed to go.
Indeed.
But she didn't give in.
No,
She stood her ground.
No, I'll give it that. Most people would have broke.
No, she was not broke today.
No.
She was actually very diligent in saying, are you kidding me? Are you a doctor? Do you have expert experience? I've had 30 years, plus. Who cares? Right. Brennan has no case in saying to her, she is not an expert witness.
Right. I agree.
He has no case with that.
Well, listen, hon.
He's bitching.
I agree. Well, listen, hon, we're going to wrap this up. I appreciate your phone call.
Yes.
Love you.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Keep there. Bye.
Bye. So, Jay, you see this in the chat that's saying that I guess Higgins was on Lawyer You Know show as Rick Smith in the chat.
What was he saying?
Somebody said in our chat just now. I'm trying to find it. He was in the chat of Lawyer You Know, saying his name was Rick Smith. Was he talking? This dude right here. I think it was a You Conscious Machine. Yes, Conscious Machine. So he was talking in the chat. What was he saying? Rick Smith.
How do you know it was him?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't call in or anything, right? I don't think that guy does phone calls, so how would they know it was him? I mean, just off of the way he was talking to the guy. I mean, with us, he called in. There's no denying that was Higgins. But yeah, man, if we'll look out for Rick Smith, I'm sure he'll have a new name now.
Right.
As long as it ain't James Jackson, I'm cool.
How do they know? But how do they know it was him though?
That's what I don't know. That's what he said. He said he was in the law. He came in, or she. I'm sorry, he or she said. Oh wait, here another. I watched Lawyer. You know, also do not think it was Higgins. Okay, so it was just somebody in the chat. M. Fetters.
I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
we came. We had a good show.
Yes.
Been at it for 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Thank you, everybody.
It's been a nice, safe flight. We're gonna get you back. Turtle Boy's on right now. I appreciate everybody that stuck with us. Peace to all the content creators, everybody doing their thing. Peace to everybody in the chat. If it wasn't for you, you can hit me on my Venmo, Cashapp James. Hit up his channel. He's gonna have some content. We're gonna be going live in the mornings on his channel soon. And yeah, and like I said, it's just another day in paradise. We got nothing but love for all y'all. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Peace.
So we appreciate it. Peace.
Thank you, Amy.
He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you, you and me in paradise. Oh Lord, is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place. 'Cause she didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice. 'Cause it's
hiding place for a ghost. I feel the most pain in my brain, cause we both on the same boat, right? And on that note, water frigid, Titanic, body in a panic, time slipping, comfortably numb, I guess my mind's flipping. Frustration's working my patience. If I keep it sporadic, kill all the speculation, then gain all that rotation.
there on the corner. What he's waiting for, I don't know. But he waits every day now. He's just waiting for something to show. And nobody knows him. And nobody cares. 'Cause there's no hiding.
Yeah, where were you, man?
Where was you at? I was all by myself. Grinding heavy with no help. Where was you when it all went down? Homie, I was
J.F.K.
around.
worldwide.
Come on, as I sit back, watch and observe a lot of herbs in the game, man. Dude just blogging in the burbs, on a stoop deep in the street, hogging the curbs. And if you a herb, don't be bothered by these words. I seen so many characters, backpack swag, thug swag, the game bug bad. How you a rapper when you a fucking scumbag? And homie, it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. And where I'm at, you couldn't even hold a conversation. Life is short and you out here faking. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, that was you. Online all day, yeah, ain't got nothing to do. Listen, you live or go to prison, put an H on your chest. Be a man and handle decisions. I'm in my lane and you out of character. Your days is coming up, put that on your calendar. Where was you? All went down, yeah, I was all by myself. Say what? In the street, no help, no help. Where was you when it all went down? Yeah, cause I was around. Yeah, where was you, man? JFK, Obama, 09, they feeling that. Drop a track, finalize that. Finally I'm back. What I see now, no different than a while back. Fighting for your life, trial pack, no smile crack. And little baby boo's going to hair school. Chances are baby girl won't even make it through. How you stay focused when it's clouds like mucus, roaches like locusts? Yeah, I spit to you. Out of school, what's your career? You gon' do this here, homie, life ain't fair. You ain't quite there. Mom's 36, 10 years ago 26. Come on man, let's chop it up a bit. 10 years ago you were 7, mom's 36, now she thinking about hell and heaven. And how the hell at 17 you gonna feel depression? Answer me this question, you a leader, loser, never lose aggression. Yeah, I was all by myself. In the street, no help, no help. Where was you when it all went down? Yeah, cause I was around. 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 I was around.
Say life is, y'all say special. Life is.